Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley and this is video log number 36. I've just done a two-parter which basically walked through John Carpenter's They Live and sort of explained the plot and explained how it exposes subliminal messages and psychopaths. And this video, I hope I get away with keeping it up. It's a very short clip that I'm actually going to use from the movie They Live by John Carpenter, or directed by John Carpenter. Now, it's based on a short film called 8 o'clock in the morning by Ray Nelson, and the movie is basically a hammy introduction to the world we live in, with lots and lots of layers of programming for the globe and to some extent multi-dimensional travel. So it's got a lot of predictive programming in, but the first half of the movie, as I said in the video logs, is very obvious because you can cross-reference it with what's going on now. But one of the things I mentioned in there is that maybe 1 in 20 of the people that he is exposed to once he's got the glasses on are psychopaths. And I didn't really sort of draw any conclusions or draw any examples, quite deliberately, because I wanted to use this clip. Now, this clip shows our protagonist here with the glasses on in a convenience store, and there's quite a few psychopaths in there chatting away, but he comes across these two characters who are discussing work, and the psychopath's general attitude is, don't worry about it, just get on with it, and the person, the non-psychopath, points out to him, well, it's okay for you to say you've just had a promotion. Now, this is very indicative of how psychopaths are. They are at the top because they scrambled to the top. And this little scene is sort of highlighting to us that the people on top throughout the whole movie are the psychopaths. They've got them as aliens. But it's a nice little example for modern media spin where we have reptiles. David Icke talks about them in a literal sense coming from behind their heads with literally monsters that we can't see that have sort of rooted themselves into people's brains, and then you've got various other different incantations, or whatever they're called, incarnations of alien type people with eyes that blink in two different directions. We get all sorts of media spin from it with things like Men in Black, where they'll show us all sorts of different people within people, heads that open and have got people inside them. So this idea is very much programmed into us, but the bones of it, or the meat and veg of it, or whatever you want to describe it as, is that these are just normal people. To him, when he hasn't got the glasses on, they just look like you and I, and that's the reality of it. And psychopaths don't look any different. There are subtle cues that you can pick up on if you have encountered psychopaths in the past, or you do a lot of research on them. But on the whole, you wouldn't be able to tell a psychopath. And Thomas Sheridan, when he talks about them, is quick to say we should not demonize people. We shouldn't suddenly go on a witch hunt looking for these people and trying to single out psychopaths. There are some wicked people out there, and they generally will expose themselves. You don't need to suddenly start pointing fingers and saying he's a psychopath, he's a psychopath, he's a psychopath, or she. It's just as many women psychopaths, if not slightly more. But there we go. The point is we shouldn't demonize these people. What I will do is play out a clip and just give you the illustration that They Live give, and I think although it's subtle, it's probably the most poignant example of what a psychopath is. So I'll play it now for you. Hopefully it's all running with a bit of sound. I'll get out of the way.
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America.
So as you can probably see, it was only a very short snippet, but he's basically saying, just go for it, doesn't matter. And psychopaths are very much like that. They're indifferent to most everything. They've got no empathy and they don't care. So to him, it's indifference almost to his situation. And the non-psychopath human character is basically saying, well, you've got the promotion. And you'd think, well, that doesn't make sense. He's got the I don't care attitude, yet he's the one getting the promotion. And it's because psychopaths are just like that. They couldn't give a damn who they trample on. I know there's been some interesting examples at the moment with psychotic behaviour amongst people in the Flat Earth Society, almost said it, in the Flat Earth community. You've got people that are backstabbing and being horrible to each other. You know, don't get me wrong, I've had my time trolling people when I've disagreed with their opinion, but I'm not psychotic in my approach to it, or at least I hope I'm not. But there we go. It's one of those, a cracking example from They Live of what a psychopath really is, and how our media spins them into being mutants and reptiles and reptilians and shapeshifters and, you know, all sorts of other different things. I've been Nathan Oakley. I'll see you in the next video.